Hi, my dear brothers and sisters. Hello, my dear friends. This is Bobby Kitain, and welcome to Pathways of Hope. Today, we want to reflect on the 10th chapter of the Gospel of Matthew, and I want to begin by asking you a question. Do you know the difference between playing it safe and playing it right? I want to use an analogy to differentiate the two. For instance, you're playing a basketball game, and the coach calls a timeout. And he tells all of you, his players, guys, I don't want you to take any shot. Baffled, you ask, Coach, why? And he answers, because I don't want you to miss. Sounds ridiculous, right? Do you think that team would have a chance to win that game? No. On the other hand, if you have a coach who calls a timeout and says to you, guys, I want you to take only good shots. Does that make sense? Yes, in fact, that team would have a greater chance of winning. The first team decided to play it safe by not taking any shot. The second team decided to play it right by taking only good shots. The same thing with life. Many people today are afraid. And what do? They choose to play it safe. Playing it safe is somebody who sees the corruption in the office and chooses to remain silent. Playing it safe is a student who knows that his classmates cheated during the exam and yet he did not say anything. Playing it safe is somebody who sees the injustice happening in society today and yet chooses to remain silent. Madalas din ang sinasabi, I don't want to rock the boat. Well, I'm reminded of a saying many years ago. It says, a ship is safe in the harbor, but that's not what ships are for. My dear brothers and sisters, God made you, God created you, God blessed you, not to play it safe. God created you and blessed you because God knows that if you do what's right, you will be a blessing to the world. And therefore, in today's gospel, Jesus encourages us not to be afraid. He says, fear not, fear not. Do not be afraid to do what's right. Do not be afraid to do what's good. In fact, Jesus gives us a warning that if you deny me before men, I will deny you before the Father. What does it mean to deny Jesus? To deny Jesus means to say no to what is true, to what is good, and to what is beautiful, because that's who He is. He is true, He is beautiful, and He is good. And therefore, every time we choose to remain silent, and we refuse to proclaim what is true, what is good, and what is beautiful, we are denying Jesus. And therefore, the encouragement in today's gospel is not to be afraid to do what's right. Now, is Jesus assuring us that He will shelter us from the consequences of doing what's right? No. Jesus is telling us, it's not going to be easy, it's not going to be fast, but it's gonna be worth it. Because at the end of the day, you will experience vindication. You will experience victory. And so, my dear friend, if you are facing something difficult in your life right now, I want to encourage you to choose to do what's right. Choose to do what's right because that's what God wants us to do. And be not afraid. You are worth more than any sparrow. At the end of the day, God will take care of you. God will vindicate you, and God will give you victory. That's the only way to go. If you have been blessed by this reflection, please share it with other people, that they too might be blessed. Have an exciting and wonderful Sunday.